Yo, what's going on, FG fam? Welcome to another episode of the St. Louis Rams franchise here on Madden 21. Today is a big day. We are going into the first round of the NFL Draft. Make sure you drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel for the love of franchise content. It's literally all we do here, as the Dolphins hold the #1 pick, and they are going with right end Travis Hooks out of Arkansas, one of the best pass rushers in the SEC this season. So we'll see what he can do for the Dolphins. They didn't need quarterback with Tua Tagovailoa. So now second pick belongs to the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they are going to take right tackle Dion Odom. He is a 72 overall out of USC, an agile type right tackle. And he's very good run blocking wise. He's got good technique, pass blocking. He's got pretty good power as well and good lead block. So we'll see what he can do for that Jags O-line. Tennessee Titans are looking for DBs, and there is quite a good few on this board. They're going to go with Victor Ellerbe, the projected early first man out of Toledo. Now, this is quite surprising because, MAC Conference, Toledo, you don't know what the competition really was against Ellerbe, but he seems to be a pretty good cover guy with pretty even cover skills in zone and man, so hopefully he'll help that Titans defense. Detroit Lions looking for some help on the offensive line. They go with Gabe Washington at pick number 4. Gabe Washington, pretty good player coming out of Colorado. Good blocking. He's very good on the run blocking side. It's going to be a little bit tougher in the passing game, and that could be a problem for the Lions. Obviously, they like to throw the ball, so we'll see how that pick works out for them. The Jets, having lost Jamal Adams recently, obviously, to the Seahawks, Morgan Shelton is their pick. He is a free safety out of Texas Tech, but Morgan Shelton, pretty highly touted coming out of Texas Tech, but very much a run-stopping type of safety, along with some man coverage and some catching, so he can make some plays out there playing a little bit of one-on-one slot coverage as well if the Jets choose to use him that way. First quarterback looking to come off the board at number 6. It's Chad Hausa out of Auburn. So Chad Hausa is quite an interesting prospect. He had some troubles at Auburn, but he had really good seasons when he was on the field and not being suspended. So we'll see what kind of guy the Jaguars are getting here, but he looks like a beast. Now Tyree Oakman up there out of Washington, and the Vegas Raiders do not hesitate to pick him at pick 7. 72 overall, but the good thing about him is he does a little bit of everything. He has 90 speed, so this man can get after it. He can also tackle. He can hit you with the best of them. And his coverage isn't the worst thing in the world. It does need a little bit of work, but he's a smart player. I think he can do it. At pick 8, it is the Washington football team, and another middle linebacker coming off the board, and Tevin Spears out of UVA. The Cavalier is the pick here. 91 speed middle linebacker. These linebackers are fast in this draft class, and we'll see what Washington can do with theirs. Tevin Spears, he's got 89 tackle. That guy can play. Next pick, we have a trade up as the Panthers are going to be trading down from 9 with the Bears. Bears moving up from 18, giving up a future 1 and 4 to get this deal done. What could the Bears be going for other than a replacement to Mitch Trubisky, who went away from the team in free agency? Josiah Walker is going to be that replacement out of West Virginia. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Pat White, but with a better throwing arm. We'll see what'll end up happening with Josiah Walker. 88 speed, 89 excel. We know he can run around and definitely scramble for first downs. The interesting thing is he's not very good on short passes, better on deep passes. So who knows what we'll get out of Josiah. Roosevelt Vernon ends up going to Miami with their second first-round pick, this one gotten from the Texans. And Roosevelt Vernon, a heck of a safety, strong safety, he's fast. He doesn't tackle wrap up all that well, but he definitely has the pursuit to get after it. It's just a question of whether he can actually make the tackle when he gets there. Eagles did not have any money to spend in free agency, but DB is a big problem there, and they're going to end up with Jamario Howard, one of the absolute best players in this draft class as a whole. He is super fast. He's got to work on some coverage skills, but man, there isn't a receiver in this league that's going to break away from him too often. His play recognition is decent as well, so he knows where to be at the right time. Falcons are another team that need DBs, and Calvin Holiday still on the board. They were going to take whichever one of these guys was left at their pick, and they get Calvin Holiday out of Oklahoma, the man-to-man corner who can do a little bit of everything. He can play the slot if you need him to. He can also play zone. Very even in his coverages. His press is pretty good. His tackling is going to be the problem with him. Buccaneers don't see anything they really like. They're going to trade down with the Minnesota Vikings. This is trading down 10 spots to pick 23. They get a 4, and they get a future 3rd. So, Bucks loading up on some draft picks to move on down. The Vikings move up. They need outside linebacker. They need anything on defense they can really get right now. And Will Middlebrooks should definitely help. A 77 overall player coming up out of Florida. Nice speed rusher. That should fit along very well with them. 75 tackling. He's fast enough at 85 with 90 acceleration. The coverages are not going to be there from Middlebrooks. He will never intercept a pass. But man, you could play him at linebacker. You could play him at end, wherever you need him to be, wearing 52 because Khalil Mack was his idol. The Giants, obviously their biggest need being a franchise left tackle. They think they have that in Oregon's Cody Ellsworth. We'll see what Cody Ellsworth can do to anchor this offensive line. Definitely a little bit more of a run blocker than a pass blocker, but he definitely has the potential to be a great all-around left tackle for this Giants team for years to come. Chiefs got pick 15 somehow from being left out of the playoffs, but they're going to trade down with the Saints to pick 24, and they're going to get a future 2nd from the Saints. And the Saints, with that draft capital, are looking to take left outside linebacker Tim Hammond, the 75 overall out of Michigan State, team that got drubbed by Rutgers in real life. Let's go Rutgers, RU baby. Speed rusher, he's fast, very fast. He can hit, he hits really well, he is strong, and there's just not a lot of things he can't do other than coverage right now, which would really need a lot of work to make him a player in the coverage game. Broncos, another team willing to trade down here, and they're trading out of the first round entirely. Broncos are going to get a 3rd from New England and a future 1st. So, good move? I don't know. You let me know in the comments section. That's what the Broncos went ahead and did. They're going to go ahead and New England will take Rich Silverman, a right outside linebacker, speed rusher. New England, always there. They can always use an edge. Josh Uche played very, very well for them down the stretch in the playoffs, making some plays, and now Rich Silverman joining the group. The linebacker room is full. Again, not another guy that's not really a coverage guy, but speed and pursuit are definitely there. Now Buffalo on the clock at pick number 17. They're going to get Diego Ramirez, a 73 overall run-stopping outside linebacker. Bills looking to play some more with Matt Milano and this linebacking core. They can do a lot of things with Diego Ramirez, with the exception, again, of coverage. Not a lot of coverage linebackers. Tyler Riley is the next projected lineman off the board, and he goes to the Panthers. Now, Tyler Riley is going to be a bit of a project out of Oregon State. Panthers definitely needed offensive line. They traded down. It's good that they did because Tyler Riley is probably not a franchise tackle. He'll probably be better suited to move inside to guard like an Eric Flowers. Ravens get another great pick on defense by getting Chris Hayden, the 319-pound defensive end. This guy doesn't have a lick of failure in his game. Every single thing is on point. He can work a little bit more on his rushing moves, but all in all, he'll be a day one player for them. Sebastian Burr, another outside linebacker. He's going to be going to the 49ers out of Troy. Another run-stopping type linebacker, but he has some coverage. You can maybe get him to do some things in coverage, covering solely the running back coming out of the backfield. But other than that, he's a project player as well, so we'll see how that pick works out. Steelers, with their first-round pick, are going to look to replace Marquise Pouncey with Robert Altman, and I think that's a very good selection out of Oklahoma. Altman was an all-conference lineman and one of the all-NCAA centers selected to the all-NCAA team, and he doesn't really have a lick of failure in his game either. Agility, you can't really fix. Awareness, he'll get smarter as the game progresses for him, but he is going to be a huge help for that Steeler offensive line. The Colts are next on the clock, and they're not seeing anything they love either, so they're going to get a second-round pick and a future second-round pick from the Packers. Packers looking to trade up. I wonder what they will go for. They are going to put a weapon alongside Aaron Rodgers with Rod Purcell out of LSU, the 6'3", 195 deep threat. Not the fastest deep threat you've ever seen. Think Cooper Kupp a little bit. But man, he can make all of the catches that you would need, and he's definitely tough to bring down. Very agile, very elusive. So Tampa Bay, after having traded down in the first round, picked up some extra draft capital. They will take the second quarterback to come off the board, and Jake Farrell out of Texas. Hook 'em horns, bruh. The number 71 overall. He's got the throw power to be decent, but not the greatest throw power. Think a little bit Tom Brady. He's a very accurate quarterback, and he's not really going to be the fastest one out there either, so perfect to learn. And now Kevin Killings coming off the board for the Chiefs. They could use some DBs, and he's a quick one. Also, very good in zone coverage. He needs to work on that man just a little bit more, but a fast, heck of a zone coverage player, and he's smart. He knows where to be. Bengals pick at pick number 25, and they're going to go with Steve Arnaud. And Arnaud, again, a very balanced corner here. They're going to use this guy all over the place. You can use him in zone, you can use him in man, you can put him in the slot if need be. He's not the greatest tackler. He will make a pick every now and again if the ball's thrown right at him, but he's a pretty smart player as well, and he should develop nicely. Cleveland Browns, the rival of the Bengals, are next up at number 26, and they're going to replace Kareem Hunt with a different backup running back. So it'll be Nick Chubb and Victor Minor in the backfield from now on. Victor Minor, not as powerful as Nick Chubb, but man, he has all of the elusive moves. He can definitely get that done. The speed, the agility, that is all there. Juking, all that, and he can catch out of the backfield, so a very worthy third down back opportunity. Dallas is going to take an outside linebacker, and after so many have gone off the board, they take Paul Ballard. He's a big-time question mark, run-stopping outside linebacker. Now, you can definitely get him to develop. The only thing is he's going to start pretty raw. No power moves, no zone, no man, no catching. It is going to be all pursuit, tackle, and hit power with this one. The Jets get another pick at pick number 28, and they are going to take Jeff Tillman. This is the first-round pick they got for this season from Seattle for Jamal Adams. And they get an outside linebacker out of Ohio State. Not bad on the speed end. He's got some good finesse moves and some good pursuit. The only thing is the block shedding is got to get worked on if he's going to be a true speed rusher. And tackling has got to get a little better if he's going to be the first one to get to the quarterback or the ball carrier. And then he might be able to bring him down. Cardinals looking to go into the DB set again. They are going to get Steve Stuckey out of Ohio State. So another Ohio State man going in a row here. And Stuckey, definitely a slot type of corner. He's not the best in man or zone coverage, but his press is very good. And then he has enough catching. He will definitely make some plays from that slot position. Tackling needs to get a little bit better. He's got enough speed, though. Chargers are left needing a corner, only had a couple on the roster, and they take Ed Bassey out of LSU. A little bit of a reach here as they reach for a second-round projected corner with pick 31, but it's nothing too serious. And honestly, he's a bit of a project. Play recognition has never been his strong suit, neither has tackling. Patriots, with their traditional pick, after the one they traded up for, they get Eric Shaw at halfback. So Sony Michel and Eric Shaw will be the backfield. 70 overall with some hidden development, and man, not a lick of failure in his game right now. Change of direction is the one thing he has a little bit of trouble with. Catching out of the backfield, he's not the strongest at, but anything running the football, he can do it. Green Bay is the final pick in the first round, and obviously the Super Bowl champions already get a wide receiver for Aaron Rodgers, and then they needed to replace Corey Linsley, and they did that with Joe Trevino. This center comes with a complete package. He is quite a player, and he is one of the better offensive linemen in the draft as a whole. As you can see from the ratings, he can pass block, he can run block, he can do it all. So we've reached the end of the first round, guys. Let me know what you think about where your favorite team went and where you think the Rams are going to end up heading when they get to pick in this second round. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel for the love of franchise content. It's all we do here. We can build a winner together. If you want to see more franchise, click right here to see more franchise.